Yes.
Have you ever noticed how unhealthy people are in the US compared to almost every other culture? Or have you ever noticed how different our eating habits are compared to people in different parts of the world? According to healthdata.org, over 70% of both men and women are considered overweight in just America. This is a very big issue and needs to be addressed. But obesity isn't the only health problem we have in the US. Americans also have abnormally high diabetes rates. According to diabetes.org, nearly 40 million Americans have diabetes. So what causes this? It's the way we eat. Americans have been taught almost our entire lives that eating overly processed foods that are high in things such as trans fats in insanely large portions is normal, when it is not. Our bodies are simply not meant to eat the things that we do, in the amounts that we do. We as a population are completely and entirely unhealthy, and our diets are to blame. The causes for extremely unhealthy eating in America can be traced back to multiple things, such as portion sizes, amounts of processed foods, and lacking appropriate nutrients. According to BusinessInsider.com, the average small size in the US is 89% larger than the average small sizes in the UK. In the UK, people are also known to weigh less than the average American. But what we are consuming is just as important as the amount that we are. According to CDC.gov, 50% of the calories that most Americans consume daily are from some form of processed foods. Everything about processed foods are bad for us. According to ASSN.org, processed foods are higher in sugar, sodium, and trans fats, which all can lead to chronic diseases such as diabetes, obesity, and even cancer. Also, Americans have a huge problem with eating the recommended daily servings of fruits and vegetables, which is where people get their necessary nutrients such as fiber. Without the nutrients in our diet, it is likely that your metabolism will slow down, which makes you retain food longer and burn calories slower. A fast metabolism is essential for converting food into energy correctly. There are many things Americans need to do to resolve these problems. Portion sizes need to decrease nationwide in restaurants, but also in homes, decrease processed foods, and increase whole foods. If America can make their portion sizes similar to those of other countries, the American obesity and diabetes rates would most likely decrease. But just doing this in restaurants isn't enough. Smaller portions are also needed to be enforced in homes. Eat until you aren't hungry, not until you're full. Decreasing processed foods can help you lose weight, lower your risk of heart disease, and type 2 diabetes. Processed foods can cause inflammation in the body, which leads to pain, swelling, loss of function. Instead of processed foods, we should be eating more whole foods such as fruits, vegetables, and meats. Increasing whole foods helps your body function how it was intended to. This will improve digestion, metabolism, energy levels, and so much more. If Americans do not start eating healthier, the percentage of deaths due to heart disease, type 2 diabetes, and other chronic diseases are only going to increase. It is honestly disgusting to think about the way that the average American eats, but it's even more gross to think that we think that it is normal. It is time to change.
Real good.